All right, we should be live. Good morning, everyone. I see Harjot is here. Credence, Epic Nation HD, Alicia Lewis, Daniel, Eva, Kevin, Aiden Thompson McGuire. Thank you so much for tuning in. Harjot is here. Jennifer Gala as well. Just gonna check the audio here. It's been a while since I've
All right, we should be live. Good morning, everyone.
streamed like this. Out in the wild in the freezing cold tundra of Canada, eh? There I am, all set and ready to get moving. It looks like the gimbal is a little bit not perfectly level, but oh well, we'll just have to deal with it. John says good morning from the north. Casey's mom says that doesn't look like Cancun. No, it does not. Cancun was last week's fun. This week it's back to the frozen cold tundra of Toronto. Right. Let me get ready to get moving here. We are just north of Yonge and St. Clair. Austin says it's warm out there today. LOL, yeah. Warm is a word. Let me just make sure I didn't leave anything at the bench. Morning, Vivian Johnson. Sean says good morning from Victoria Park and Danforth. Yeah, it's -1. It's a bit colder than that with the wind chill. I got back from Cancun on Sunday. And this is my first attempt at getting back into the swing of things. I went live Sunday night on the Johnny Stumbles channel. And then yesterday, I didn't even step foot outside of my apartment. I was in all day, so I've got some laundry to do after this. I want to clean up my apartment. I want to get some videos ready for the next few days. Jeanette is here. Hello, Jeanette. Thank you for a fancy ass coffee yesterday. I was guilty of doing Uber Eats yesterday. So I'm not sure how long we'll stream for or where I am going exactly. I just thought, let's get outside and make some content. Ryan says it's the end of lunch for you. Hey. Someone decided to buy a Cybertruck, it looks like. I had a few videos planned out for today, but with the lifting of the threat of tariffs, those videos aren't going to make a lot of sense. Maybe I'll just save them for 30 days from now if they're needed. I planned out a walk of retail stores and showing off goods that we could buy to support our own country. I was also going to go check out the Summerhill LCBO, where all the American booze was to have been pulled from the shelves. But what do you know, the Orange Man caved, so business as usual up here. This is Yonge Street. We're heading towards St. Clair. Maybe I'll turn on St. Clair. We've gone south down Yonge Street a lot. But Just a matter of, do we go left or do we go right? Like I said, I don't really have a route planned. It's just going to be kind of random. Sticking to mostly major streets. Karen on the Humber is here. Solar Cane says, welcome back. Thank you. Jennifer Gallus says, buy Canadian. Who knows what the president will ask us in 30 days? Well, he just threatened to tank the global economy over absolutely nothing because he gained nothing from Canada or Mexico. Both countries just agreeing to do what they were already doing in the first place. He's a real shrewd negotiator. But yeah, I agree. It's time to wean ourselves off of our biggest trading partner and to start supporting Canadian more. And I guess I chose to turn right on St. Clair. Again, sorry if the gimbal is a little slanted left to right. That's something I'll have to look at fixing. I'm in the comfort of home. Hopefully it's level enough. But we are going west on St. Clair West. There's a 512 St. Clair West streetcar. Jiffy Box, we apologize for that idiot. Ooh, that pizza smells good. So those were my plans to make those videos, and there was going to be something held in front of the US consulate tonight around 6 p.m. and I was going to live stream that, but that's no longer going to happen. At least I don't think it's going to be happening. Wondering where we are in a part of Midtown. Greetings, Elise. And there's Dougie acting like he's much better than Trump. Well, he didn't really rip up that Starlink contract, did he? We're heading towards Avenue Road. Thank you, Anna. Like I said, I don't really know where we're going exactly. We're getting some late snow flurries. But yeah, do hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content from Toronto. I've got 3 more videos from abroad to post. There's a beach walk, a resort tour and walk, as well as one of the Cancun airport. I'll get to making some Toronto and area videos probably tomorrow. I think after this live stream I'm gonna go home and clean up the old apartment. And later this month, you can look for an auto show media day live stream and video. Vivian says, love your videos. Thank you. Kimberly says, hi, everyone. This is Deer Park Crescent. The neighborhood just north of here is Deer Park. Mandatory insurance is corporate fascism. Mandatory insurance means you need permission from an insurance company to do something important to you. Well, mandatory auto insurance is an absolute necessity. What if you cause catastrophic injury to someone? If you're not paying your fair share. That's not right. Marquez says, nice to see an old-fashioned Canadian winter. This is the way it's supposed to look like. Jim says, I have 3 more videos from abroad. What's her name? I'll tip my cap to you for that one. My face is starting to freeze. I chose to walk into the wind. There's a 512 streetcar. Hopefully the cameras pick up these flurries. Oh man. Sheena Roberts, 5 pounds. Good morning, Johnny and everyone. It's freezing here. Stay warm. Sheena Roberts, thank you so much. I can't quite hit the touchscreen with my big thick gloves on, but thank you, Sheena. Thank you for the 5 pounds. Oh, we already walked by the statue of the guy holding the condo and Glenn Gould's apartment. Famous pianist, he lived across the street. I've just been focused on walking. Wasn't really paying attention to the sights so much. Epic Nation HD, welcome to God Tier Extra Generous. Welcome aboard Epic Nation HD. Thanks for joining Liam. You've been a God Tier member before. And thanks for moderating as well. Gertej will be in Toronto for the WWE. Remember the good old days when it used to be the WWF? This is Action Kid's favorite street in Toronto, Avenue Road. That's a really low street sign. It's not often you can just reach up and touch the sign like that. M8R says thank you for the membership, much appreciated. I think that would have come via Mike Larry. He donated a number of memberships over the last few days. Daniel says, wow, that's the lowest sign you've seen. A rather wealthy Forest Hill neighborhood. It's just over on the right. Kian Jang says, hey Johnny, welcome back. Glad you're able to vacation and catch some vitamin D while lounging at the beach. Indeed, it was so nice to be able to do that. Jason Stevens, welcome to Gold Tier. Jason Stevens, thank you so much for joining Gold Tier membership. Thank you again for your support. Oh man, it is windy. Andy Wood, I don't know if frolicking is the right word. But it was nice to take a week off of just about everything. I thought I might use the gym at the resort, but I didn't. I just shut down for a week. But we're gonna get our steps in today. I worked out yesterday, so I'll do that again after the stream, and we'll be back in full swing. Tomorrow I'll head out, make some videos, maybe even do a live stream. Johnny Strides was in a drunken stupor in Mexico. I can neither confirm or deny that. Vivian says the sound has static. Let me... A drunken stupor in Mexico. It sounds okay to me. I can either confirm or deny that. Can you guys let me know? Anna says, beautiful sky. Zach McNally is here. Greetings, Zach. Jellybean is here. Thanks, Canada. I don't have my S24 Ultra on me. I left that at home. I've got the iPhone 12. And it sounds a-okay when I check it. Maybe it was with the heavy wind that caused it to cut out a little bit. Why Haas? Is it a crime to steal some lobster because you want to eat good? Or to sell some weed so you can buy video games? Or to steal video games because you smoked the weed you were supposed to sell? I don't know why Haas. That is not a debate I'm going to be able to settle, but thank you for the $10. I guess it depends who you're stealing from. Not that stealing is ever cool, but if it's from like an Amazon or Walmart, I won't tattle on you. Mind your own business. All right, thank you, Haas, for the $10. This is Russell Hill Road. It's a really nice route going south there if you take a bike. Jason says, been watching the channel and the Defend Auditor channels. Yeah, we ran into True North Transparency. I forget the name of the other channel. At the end of my video, Cabbagetown, I think, to Dundas Square. Both super friendly people. All right, this is Winston Churchill Park on the left. How do you become a channel member? I don't see a join button on the page. There should be somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go for a walk through the snow. Oh, sorry, correction. This is Sir Winston Churchill Park. Yep, there's a reservoir under the park. I think the subway line also kind of cuts through here, through the ravine. The Nordheimer ravine. Casa Loma just south of here, along with the Casa Loma stables. And the Baldwin steps. Anna Kovic with the super chat. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. I don't know why this camera won't do a better job turning around, but thank you, Anna, for the super. Lisa is here. I believe in an office just off in that direction. This is maybe a stupid idea, going down this pretty steep, snowy hill. LA says, you have the best job ever, Johnny. LOL. I work for 2 lawyers, 1 insurance defense. Your background in sitting from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. 5 days a week sucks. I used to do that in a similar field, but I did not sit from 9 to 5. I would come into work usually for 8:30 or 9 and then turn on my stuff, get up, walk around the office, say hi to people, come back, pull up my emails, make sure there's nothing urgent, get on Skype for business, start messaging some coworkers, go down, get some coffee, come back up. Always going in and out of meetings. The one thing I couldn't do was just sit still at my work or at my desk. Thank you, NatWC30. My host says, what's my background? I look like an accountant. Ooh. I wouldn't even know how to cook the books if I tried. I was in commercial insurance with a stint as a teacher. We're going south down Spadina. Maybe we'll check out the Baldwin steps. He says, thrilled the sun is out. Thought you'd be more thrilled than I'm back in Toronto. How are the sidewalks? A little sloppy. Greetings, Soliata. Briss Namundan. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Keep up the great vids, Johnny. Greetings from a bitter ingot cold -30, -40 with the wind chilled in Saskatoon. Holy shit. Thank you so much for the $27.99. That is so much appreciated, and I don't think I'd last very long live streaming. In those bitterly cold weather or temperatures. But thank you so much. Yeah, my gear would die a quick death in that kind of cold. definitely weather for the heated gloves, but ironically, I think the heated gloves wouldn't last too long. The coldness would just kind of zap their battery life. Thank you, Han Han. There's some very fancy homes on the street. But we'll take a look at Casa Loma. Coming up soon. And just again, huge thanks to everyone who tuned in. What happened to the dog I used to watch? Charlie? I think he's doing fine. His owners kind of gutted and renovated their house, and they were both displaced. So I took Charlie in for a while. He's an old man now. I think he's like 13 or 14. This street is called Castleview. There's the Casa Loma stables. Oh, I think Charlie's actually 11. Reguito 279, go to El Salvador. That's where I'm going on February 22nd. Reguito, thank you so much for the super chat. I hope you have some awesome weather in El Salvador. I have never been. I'm gonna have to get my passport renewed before I go anywhere, but that's on the to-do list. I'm gonna tackle that later this week. And then hopefully hop on a plane in April. We're into the home stretch of winter, I would think. Could be in for a cold, bitter February, and then March. We'll get the odd hint of spring, but it'll still be cold for the most part. Creepy Dude says Charlie needs another visit from me. Alright, Christos. Back to work for you. 01 Red Cloud is off to Berlin. Well, here's what we walked over here to see. Casa Loma. There's someone salting the grounds. The story of Henry Mill Pellet. DGA Bits is almost done with winter. It's been a quick one. I'm sure for some people it's felt like a long one. I think winter was fairly mild last year relative to this one. we didn't really have any like massive snowstorms yet, but we've still had a fair bit of snowfall. All right, let's go head over to the Baldwin steps maybe. There's a fascinating story behind Casa Loma. There's a little park straight ahead where if no one's there, we may get an amazing view of the downtown skyline. Lisa says it feels like we experience this shit for nothing if we don't get one bagger. A proper winter storm does make for a live stream that gets a ton of views. So yeah, I'd like to see one. There's the Spadina Museum. And Spadina actually doesn't exist for this stretch. It resumes on the other side of Davenport. Whitehouse says that place is haunted, don't go inside. That certainly wouldn't be a deterrent for me. Gotta be careful standing on this so nice. Lisa went to, oh, we're getting a low bit rate warning. Hopefully that goes away. Bit rate seems okay. You went through Regent Park Friday. Some good murals and graffiti there. Greetings, Jennifer Haley. Philip would pay extra to see a ghost. So would I. Not exactly a believer in the paranormal. Just get my glove on here. We are looking down Spadina. Jeanette loves the views from the Baldwin steps. This is Davenport, the old shoreline of Lake Iroquois is at the bottom of these steps. An ancient glacial lake that existed tens of thousands of years ago. The first time I moved back to Canada from Korea, I had a couple of friends renting a house just over there on Davenport, and they had a spare bedroom that I stayed at. So I lived in this area for about 3-4 months. Have you ever done Casa Loma on Halloween before? No. I'd like to. The Toronto Archives across the street. DuPont Station is a few blocks south of here once we get under the CP rail tracks. Greetings, Toronto Walker and everyone else. Thanks for tuning in. Every once in a while I skip posting a video and just do a live stream late in the morning, early afternoon instead. We've got 7 minutes of morning left. I'd be underwater if Lake Iroquois was still around. Yeah, it's still sloping down. Carl Roth. You'll see a video of the beaches that I post tomorrow, I think. I think I'll post the beach walk before I do the full resort tour and walk. The beaches were quite nice, but they are prone to getting seaweed. My thoughts on the Luca for AD trade. I think it's the single weirdest trade in the history of sports. The Lakers got their generational superstar for the next 10 years or so. And what did the Mavs get? An injury-prone AD? I think the thinking there is the Lakers think Luka's going to be the next Zion Williamson and just not take care of himself. They don't want to pay him that supermax. I don't know, but we'll have to see how it plays out. That's a look east along Davenport, or DuPont now, as we are in the Annex. development has gone up along. Is that the mural you were talking about along DuPont? Luca gaining 50 pounds every summer was not a good look. I guess not, but there's still no denying he's like a top 1 or 2 player in the entire league. Oh, what's going on the 27th? LA says Yorkville next. I don't know, maybe. Not really sure. We'll just stick to main streets from here on out. I kind of wanted to just be random, at least for the first half of the stream. I've never had issues recording in malls, but I always use my pocket camera. Enough basketball talk. I'm in Sens country. So this is Spadina Road, but south of Bloor it becomes Spadina Avenue. The big question is, American booze still on Canadian shelves? I think it is. I didn't see anything about that. I was going to actually do a video on that topic. But just like Trump folded like a cheap suit, so did Ford. And he unripped up the Starlink contract. I don't know. I think we should just put a 200% tariff on Teslas and keep the American booze off the shelves for a while. Oh, Carl, yeah, that makes sense. You know, he called that election because he knows he's at the peak of his popularity. It's only sliding from now. So we'll see. And he also knows his opposition is divided between two parties. There's the Annex retirement residence. As long as the wind doesn't pick up, it's a fairly nice day to go out and get some steps in. It says I could still do a video. Yeah, I could. But if it's just business as usual, I don't know how interesting that would be. Whoa. I do not want to double click. I put my iPhone in my pocket for a second, and it loaded up a $399.99 super chat. And all I have to do is double click to pay that. That's a scary ass butt dial. Let me get that off my screen. No. What the hell, YouTube? And that's not even, and that would have been to a completely different channel. Lisa says 40 Creek is local. That's a whiskey distillery you'll pass by on your way to Niagara Falls. Carolyn says it's such a shame he ruined a good friendship. Well, the thing he ruined are who the hell is going to want to trade or do business with him, knowing he's just going to turn around and try to stab you in the back. But he's such an idiot, he's just going to end up shooting himself in the foot. Like, if you were another country and you saw what he did to Canada and Mexico, or Panama, or Greenland, what the hell would you want to do business with that guy? My butt feeling generous. Espero. The beaches as in Toronto's beaches? I do have beach walks up from the Dominican, from Barcelona, some from Toronto, a few different islands in Thailand. Boardwalk Brad says Coors Light is American. Didn't they merge with Molson? Tim Hortons is owned by a Brazilian conglomerate investors group. So we're gonna have to cross the street here. Thanks, John. It's your turn to walk your dog, Moose. Wasn't that the name of the dog on Frasier? So the vehicles have a red light, and we have a don't walk sign. And this is how are the sidewalks in Toronto? They're pretty good for the most part. They're a little mushy up by Casa Loma, but they're dry and salted down here. But huge thanks to everyone for tuning in. I'm not sure when I'll go live next, but do hit the bell to be notified. This construction is because they're adding elevator access to this end of Spadina Station. Thank you. Chris Mills had a pug named Moose. Oh, Whippy Dude says Fraser's dog was Eddie. Where did I get Moose from? Right, this is an awkward intersection. No right turn on red signal. We are now resuming our walk. For Lise Sotheby's. Thank you. Protege had some homemade tacos. There's a bar on the left called the Madison, and I was reading on the Toronto subreddit, either Our Toronto or Ask Tio, someone who says they got roofied there. They said they had a drink and like blacked out for 4 or 5 hours. That's just what I read. But definitely don't leave your drink unattended and uncovered. That can happen anywhere. That should be like an instant 10-year prison sentence if you're caught doing that. We've almost made it to Bloor Street. Johnny, am I going to the car show on the 14th? I think I'm going on the 13th. I'll be going for Media Day. Carl says Tim Hortons is bringing back the original Roll Up the Rim. Yeah, they were widely panned and criticized for switching to a digital version of that contest. It's always been kind of a tradition around this time. It's fun and stupid, but I think they found it was cheaper to not manufacture the cups that way, but it's good that it's coming back. Alright, we're at Bloor. I did a walk going south down Spadina on the channel. That was uploaded last week. So let's just go along Bloor here. Going east. 1 month after that will be Comic-Con. UFT country. That's Madison Avenue and the Maddie just north of here. There's the Bata Shoe Museum. That really tall building straight ahead is one bloor west, starting to rise. I'm not sure if it's topped off yet. As we approach the first ever Dutch style intersection in the city, and it looks like we're gonna have to cross the street here. Looks out down George Street. It's always an interesting stroll when class is in session. Let's see how we're doing for battery. Got a fair bit of battery life left. Nation HD, March 8th. I have no idea what's going on March 8th. SE. So look. The West tell the students their jobs are taken by AI. Hey, I missed if you replied or not, but just shoot me a message. Judith says there's 15 teaspoons of sugar in Coke. I always thought it was kind of funny when people would tell me not to put a teaspoon of sugar in my coffee or tea, that it's bad for you. It's like, yeah, what do you tell people who drink a can of Coke or Pepsi? There's Varsity Stadium. See a tower off in the distance. Whippy Dude says bike lanes don't seem to be causing traffic jams. I'm not sure when the next mass ride or protest is scheduled, but I'll see if I can join. I think there was one a few. Whoa, look at that guy. Well, at least he's wearing a helmet. You don't normally see people doing that on e-bikes. I think the last mass ride was canceled a few Saturdays ago. It's the Royal Conservatory of Music. Music. Lisa said they had to cancel the one last Friday. James says, are guns illegal in Canada? Some are not. Handguns, for the most part, are. And guess where all of our illegal handguns come from? This is Philosopher's Walk. On the right, a really nice path. Super chat, $4.99 from Z. Z or Z? Either way, thank you so much for the $4.99 and the support. Cheers to you. Some work going on the Michael Lee Chin crystal. Funny, I'm Canadian, but I see that letter and my mind says Z. Ever walk from Yonge to Dufferin Station? I've done that many a times in both directions. Carl says he's been using ChatGPT for a while and you've noticed it's not reliable. No, it is not. In fact, Apple's implementation of AI was so hilariously wrong, they had to remove it from their products. Collins Castle, grab yourself a cold one on me. Thank you so much for the 2 British pounds. Collins Castle, thank you. I'll have a cold one on my next home live stream. Thank you, Collins Castle. I did just get back from a 5-night all-inclusive resort stay, so I'm gonna take it a little easy on the adult beverages. Over the next week or so. Pantry.ca. P. Ward coming home soon. Welcome back in advance. There's a Cartier. Winners in HomeSense. Gucci. Look at all these brands I do not or never will shop at. Brad Palmer says, Marie and I and Dexter are doing well. When's your next ice fishing live stream, Brad? There's Saint Laurent. I think that's a new facade. And I always wondered what was going to happen to the old Pottery Barn, because it had a very specific to Pottery Barn facade, and Burberry moved in. And they literally just slapped their name on the building. Gucci made in China. Are Americans going to be coming here to buy Chinese products because we don't have that 10% tariff on most of them? Glenn says, enjoy your lunch. Thank you. Loro something. Staples, Hermes, or Hermes, as I'd rather call it. Rolex. This is the most expensive commercial real estate or retail real estate in Canada. Wasn't that a Holt Renfrew for men over there? Good morning, Jackie Roxas. I think it was a few weeks ago you sent a super chat right at the end of the stream. Thank you for that. All right, Lisa, our local Yorkville expert. It's slipping my mind, but what used to be on that corner? The northwest corner. Looks like it's getting some work done on it. Where Aloe is used to be a Gap once upon a time. Someone's got their tripod set up. Super chat. Jackie Roxas, $4. As I zoomed in, thank you, Jackie Roxas, for the super chat. And Jellybean, coffee to Bloor East, maybe sandwich too. Jellybean, $2. Thank you so much, Jellybean. To Bloor East, there's a coffee and maybe a sandwich. Thank you, Jellybean. We can go check that out. Did you just buy me lunch? I'm gonna plug in my gimbal here. Thank you, Jackie Roxas and Jellybean. Get that 3x zoom off. Nation HD. Yeah, I hit the 3x zoom button. Oopsie doopsie. And that's a look to the east or west along Bloor Street. There's an Arc'teryx. Alright, there's a rumor there's a coffee and a sandwich at Two Bloor East. Is that over there? Am I going to the right place, Jelly Bean? I don't think there's a Starbucks in One Bloor. And if One Bloor is on the south side, Two Bloor must be on the north side. No smoking within 9 meters of the building entrance or exit. Well, here's Starbucks. I'm gonna have to mute it. Alright, hopefully we won't pick up a copyright here from the playing of Moby in this Starbucks. Let's head right back outside again. But thank you for the sandwich, Jelly Bean, and thank you for the Starbucks. Yeah, I muted it on purpose because they're blasting tunes in there. Just yeah, I lose all the ad revenue on the stream if I play that music, so you'll usually see live streamers mute their streams. Jelly Bean, thank you so much. There was a funny heavyweight episode about Moby. The Starbucks employee was like, "Where are you streaming?" I was like, "YouTube." People always seem surprised. They expect you to say Twitch. Thank you for the lunch sandwich, Jelly Bean. me unplug. Fun with gimbals. Moby needs that revenue. Well, it's not the artist that'll hit you with the copyright. It's the rights holder to their music. Ooh, we're walking directly into the sun. Cam says, what's for lunch? Well, I guess it's a Starbucks sandwich now. But maybe we'll just head south down to Wellesley. I almost said that wrong. Says it's all about touring now. That's how artists make money. Yeah, very few are making bank off of Spotify, that's for sure. I'm asking if I'm coming. I'll let you know. I think I can make it. That sun is putting up a nasty glare. Hey, something's finally moving into where Payless used to be. Shawarma. Thank you again for the latte, jelly bean. Greetings, Jeremy Joseph. There's Miss Fu in Chengdu. Victoria's Real Life channel says you've got snacks, but I have to go to Bay at Richmond. We might have to save that for a future video. I won't have the battery to make it down there. Oh, sorry, I already ditched the Bucks Cup. I don't think the logo was reversed, was it? It's pretty quiet on Yonge Street. It is a Tuesday afternoon. This stream has used up 13 gigabytes of data. This is Gloucester Street here. Ashmere says, "Damn, Johnny, you drink fast." I'm gonna try to get out and hop on the e-bike either this week or next week and maybe do a video and or a live stream. I featured your house on a past Cabbagetown Lights video. Whether it's Christmas or Halloween, that's always a fantastic neighborhood to take a stroll around. Well, any time of year, but I think in downtown, it's the best neighborhood for either of those holidays. As we head south down the east side of Yonge Street. Oh, Momo Pop-Up, stationary Asian beauty, snacks and drinks, toys and hobbies. Stephanie Jackson says 6 more weeks of winter. This is Wellesley. Speaking of Cabbagetown, you could just keep going east along Wellesley here, and this will take you all the way to Cabbagetown on the very east side of downtown. Oops, I just kicked a sign. That was smart. Thank you, Jellybean, for the Starbucks. I'm going to go home and eat my sandwich for lunch. I've got some laundry to do. Thank you for welcoming me back. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this one. I want to thank our mods for their great work. Channel members, Patreon supporters, welcome to channel membership to the few who joined during the live stream. Thanks to everyone who sent support and just everyone who watched. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment down below as well. I'm not sure when I'll go live next. Probably later this week. And I'll have 3 more videos from the trip to come up, and I'm going to start making new Toronto content tomorrow, I think. So by the weekend, we should start to see some Toronto videos show up on the channel as well. But I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Medano, Jellybean, thanks again. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay warm, stay safe, and as always, I will catch you guys on the next one. Yoink.